Hey everybody, hello there. It's Marty Smith from FullTiltPokerReport.com. I'm actually on Full Tilt Poker tonight, and I am playing around with a new toy. It's called Holdem Indicator. Holdem Indicator is a poker calculator. Its predecessor is called Poker Indicator, and I rated that on my other site last year. It's rated on pokercalculatorreport.com. I gave it fair and decent ratings, but I did mention that it needed a better graphical interface. Well, here the new and improved version called Holdem Indicator has just that. Great interface here, one of the best. Actually, I've got to say I haven't seen anything presented so clearly and plainly and effectively as Holdem Indicator is right now. I've been playing with it for a few hours here, and just to sort of get a handle on it. Right now I'm in a $5 45 player sit and go tournament. I think I tripled up here a while back on some crazy players. Um, this area here on Hold'em Indicator, I'll just go through a couple of these features. Shows you your potential hands versus your opponent's potential hand. So, you know, I really didn't have much there. Jack 3, I'm folding out of position. But you will notice my whole cards stay view, and this whole scenario sort of plays out as if I were in the hand. When you are dealt hold cards, it shows you your win odds right away, and when a bet is put to you, it shows you your pot odds. So those pot odds are showing because a bet was basically put to me, which is the big blind bet. Hopefully we get something here to play. Now, I'm in the big blind with King 5. Uh, Basic odds here are 3.5, 3-5 to win, and I'm getting 2-to-1 pot odds. It's a short stack here. I'm not really calling anything with King 5, but this is a good indication to show you how this comparison works here. If your pot odds, you know, are not better than your win odds, then, you know, mathematically you should really be staying out of hand, especially in a tournament. So I'm going to fold these, but I will show you expected value of this hand and the group rating. Those are the typical Sklansky ratings, David Sklansky ratings, which can be found on my other site, pokerbookraport.com. Go there and read up on David Sklansky. Got a nice hand here in the small blind, so hopefully we get a little pot odd calculations here. Hope I don't go up against this guy, but I know this guy's a little bit crazy, so I don't really want to play against him. Or, I mean, I do want to take his stack, so I'm just going to put in a minimum raise, hoping that he jumps on it. No, he doesn't. Ooh, too bad. Okay. Didn't really work there. But a couple other nice features about this program. I can go to a MiniView, which basically sticks to the top of my game window activity bar up here, and you can see my whole cards and the flop turn and river show up here. Win odds, pot odds. You don't get the graphical interface, but basic information, which is going to work. Now I'm just going to show you how I've been had I been in that hand. There's some kind of interesting odds developing here because I hit low pair and I got shot. So decent odds to win, but of course there's no bet to me. Now if there was a bet to me, 4-to-1, wow. So these are, anyway, when you're looking at the win odds versus the pot odds, if they are drastically different, well, it's telling you either one thing or another, basically get out of the hand or call or raise. And calling, I'd say you'd only be calling if you had a super strong hand, raising if you're protecting what you might presume is the best hand. Okay, that's a couple of things here. I'm just going to show you one more thing here about the opponent stats, which you can track. And these basically, these stats, I'm going to fold this. These stats show you your opponent's tendencies, voluntarily putting money into the pot. Aggressive factor, that's a calculation used to give your opponents some sort of characteristic, and I'll show you what I mean by that. None of these players have played enough hands to give a characteristic yet, which is why there's question marks there. And going to all the way to the showdown, what your percentage is, the more that is, the higher that is, the looser you are. And of course, how many times you win at the showdowns. So uh, you know, if everyone's winning at the showdown, then they deserve to be there no matter how many times they are. But uh, usually the lower that is, you know, you're pretty much facing a fish. There's current session and history session. History session means that you can actually have a look at a player's stats who you played against before. This information is stored in your computer and brought up if that table happens to be sitting, or if that player happens to be sitting at your table again. Another really unique feature here is if you are in a hand, or if you're not a, or if one of your opponents folds and you don't know what they have, usually you have to go check the hand history. But here you don't have to. All you have to do is look right in the bottom here. It's right here, but I'm just showing you on the GIF image here that Holdem Indicator actually shows you what your opponent had. Let me show you another piece of information in regards to the stats. These are like a full table of stats here, and these are some of those icons that I mentioned to you before about what Holdem Indicator puts on to your opponents. Just sort of a little graphical. I mean, I know Moneybag is a solid, tight, aggressive fish. Of course, we all know that is. And um, oops, get that back again. And some other ones being an eagle. A time bomb means you're basically aggressive post and pre-flop and post-flop. So you're going to be tangling up with an aggressive player there, and rock, things like that. There's a whole list of them on Holdem Indicator, which you can have a look at. And there's a few settings here that you might want to change. You can automatically have this program pick a game for you, pick the first game, 4-color deck for the color of cards down here. If you're having trouble reading, I can't see how though, because that is really clear and big. Excellent number depiction there. And a mini view, remember that one that I showed you at the top, and showing my whole cards after I fold, basically keeping my hands there, which is like I said, a nice feature. The program will play out the hand for me even though I'm not in. Percentage and ratio, that just means that you can change these to percentages rather than odds to win. But since all the poker authors and articles and books and that refer to odds, you're best to stick to that. Anyhow, that's it for Holdem Indicator. Great program, and I do highly recommend it. Wow, 4 kings are good. And so please, if you're interested in this program, go to my site, pokercalculatorreport.com, look up Holdem Indicator, and there's some bonuses there. You can actually get it free by signing up through my site. And fulltiltpokerreport.com if you want to sign up for Full Tilt Poker. If you sign up through my site, there's about 10 strategy videos specifically for those players who do so. Anyway, take care. Good luck at the tables. It's Marty Smith signing out, and we'll see you again soon.